On today's episode of Cinema Theorists, we talk about Eternals in depth with spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go and watch it before you listen to this and enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Cinema Theorists. I got my co-host with me, Shawntel. I'm Jay, and we got a special co-host today, Mr. NemRaps. How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's going
Um,
on?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here.
So we've all seen Eternals,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
we've also probably seen all the Disney stuff that has just been announced on Friday, as well as some teasers for some of the upcoming shows. We're going to talk about all that today,
Hell yeah.
but I guess we'll go ahead and start in the Disney Plus stuff. Did you get to see what they're announcing? And
Man, I'm stoked, bro. Like when I got home, from being in Durham. My daughter had an event, selling her candles and stuff. So I got back here, took a shower, laid in the bed, and for whatever reason, I just went to YouTube on my TV and I saw it, and I'm like, wait a minute, She-Hulk trailer, teaser trailer, Miss Marvel teaser trailer, and that's when I hit you up, Jordan. I was like, is this legit? And then when I saw New Rockstars said something about it, bro, I got so stoked. I ended up watching YouTube like the whole night.
Yeah, I'm
would
actually
you?
most excited about the X-Men 97 because I grew up watching that series.
Yes, yes,
And I religiously watched it every time a new episode came out, even the Christmas episode.
bro. Every day
So,
after school, right,
yeah.
bro? I
So
used to
for
watch.
them to just do a continuation of that and not a remake, it's looking really promising for me anyway.
Absolutely,
I
and you.
I actually have never. I've seen a couple episodes since they've been on Disney Plus, but I do know of them, and I think that's what the quintessential like X-Men animated series.
Yes,
It's the
yes, the
quintessential
'90s,
animated series. Okay,
right,
there's a couple.
right.
There's Batman, the animated
Yes,
series. There's
yep.
Spider-Man animated series, and then there's X-Men animated series. Those are the benchmarks for cartoon series of all time. Not even just the '90s, just of all time.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree. I fell in love. I fell in love with Mr. Freeze watching the Batman series growing up, the animated joint.
Right? The
Yeah,
I
man.
Joker. Oh man, it was a time. It was
Right.
a special time.
I think the dope part about X-Men '97 is not all, but like most of the original voice actors are actually coming back.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
that's very
that.
cool.
Like right. That got me stoked like even more now.
I
What
um
y'all?
I think I read somewhere that the showrunner for The Witcher is actually coming on to write some of the episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do y'all have y'all heard anything about how many episodes it's going to be?
Not yet.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I know it's early. Um, what y'all think about the new Spider-Man joint coming out, the animated show?
Now, see, that's what I'm curious about. Is it going to be like the movie, like a computer animated, almost uh, kind of like that, or is it actually going to be like drawings or animations, like in a traditional sense? Because I enjoyed the movie and I enjoyed the aesthetic of what it looked like, but I don't know which direction they're going to be going as far as what it's going to look like when it comes out.
I will say, I looked a little bit into it. It is going to be an animated show. My guess is it's going to be somewhere close to the same animation as What If.
Nah.
And I guess take place in the year leading up to him being Peter Parker. And I actually checked Twitter as soon as that was announced. And the trending Twitter was Uncle Ben. They're like, they're
Uh,
gonna kill him again.
One more time. One more time.
For the one time, bro. but no, I actually heard that the animation style is going to be more like what you and I was talking about, Jordan. Had they done like the What If series, like in kind of like Jack Kirby type, like comic book style.
Oh,
From what I heard, it's going to be like a comic book style, not quite like Into the Spider-Verse type deal, but like something like the comic book joint. I'm trying to look it up now.
that honestly, that would be really cool if that's what they're doing. Oh yeah, it says in a style that celebrates the character's early comic book roots.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
Okay.
I
That's
think it's
probably
gonna
my
be
most
dope.
exciting one.
Right. I hope they get Tom Holland to do it. If not, the guy who voiced Spider-Man in the What If series, I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did pretty good. He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, are we talking freshman year college or freshman year high school?
High school.
I would say high
Okay.
school. Yeah, I think it's before the stuff that's in the MCU right now.
So we are 100% getting the dead Uncle Ben one more time.
One more time.
You know the Spider-Man story, but let's bring it right back on in.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was so dope about the MCU Spider-Man is that they were smart enough to say, you know what? We don't need another origin story for Spider-Man. Everybody know who Spider-Man is. We're
Exactly.
dying to see him in the MCU, and boom, here he is. The only thing that kind of like pissed me off a little bit about the Spider-Man, but I get it. To me, he's just a little too fucking annoying. Like Mr. Stark, and he's smart, but he act like he's so dumb. And I don't know, it just get to me sometimes.
I mean, he's still a kid though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to give him a little leeway. You know, he actually didn't he go to like a prom or something like in one of the movies?
Yeah,
So
He
we're
went
talking
for
about a
2
high
seconds.
school kid that's going to still respect his elders, but I understand where you're coming from.
of course, and that's why I say I get why they did it because he's definitely portrayed as a younger Spider-Man than the Sam Raimi and the other Andrew Garfield type joints. So
Right.
I dig it. I just feel like it's too over the top.
Right.
Like if they the way they throw in the aliens when it was on the ship and he keep bringing up like old movies that everybody's like trying to figure out what he's talking about, like those are subtle, those hit the mark for me, but everything else, like for instance in Civil War when he like took Cap's shield and like, oh my god, it's Captain America, da, 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 da. Like I don't know, I just felt like it was too
He's
flat.
starstruck. If you get to
Hey.
meet your most favorite superheroes that you like, I would probably be in the same position. Like, oh my god, I'm kicking your ass. But at the same time, dude, I was reading about you on the news yesterday. Like, yeah.
Fair enough. I'll give it to you in that aspect. I got you.
I also think that we are very like privileged in the sense that we've gotten to see him play that character for like 5 years now, but in terms of the actual timeline, it has not been that long comparably to how long we've got to see him as that character.
Fair enough.
But what do you think about the Moon Knight teaser
Bro,
that they showed?
bro, I was just about to say that. I think you know what? I'll let the guest go ahead and answer first.
I mean, I've never actually been that much into Moon Knight, so this will all be new to me. I do like the character. I read his bio a couple of times in the last couple of years just because I heard that it was coming out. I guess they're saying that this is Marvel's version of Batman.
More or less.
So I'm excited in that sense, but I don't know a whole lot about the character, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it.
For sure. I'm excited about it. You and I talked about it before, Jordan, and we was talking about Moon Knight, like when they initially like announced it or whatever. But it's just like you stated, like he's sort of kind of like the Batman of the MCU. But to me, kind of how people have portrayed Batman as having like a identity crisis between Bruce Wayne and Batman. That's sort of how Moon Knight is. But instead of it being like just Moon Knight and you know the not in the costume Moon Knight, it's like 3 or 4 different personalities that he's going to be going through. So
yeah, I was
know
reading that he has a dissociative identity crisis or something like that.
exactly.
Like he has multiple personalities.
Right. So I don't know if y'all saw the teaser trailer, but when he was in a museum and he was in front of the window, and his physical self walked off, but two reflections was in the window that stayed there, and they both moved their head independently of one another.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
that's showing you already that like there's three different identities he's going to be having. I think it's going to be super dope. I just hope they do it well. And Oscar Isaac, I know
Enough
he's
said,
going to
right?
kill it. I know he's going to kill it.
Redemption arc from playing the rough Apocalypse
Right,
Power Ranger.
We don't talk about that movie.
right.
We do not speak of such things. We don't talk about Apocalypse, and we don't talk about Dark Phoenix or
Oh my god.
What's
New
that
Mutants.
last movie they did? The New Mutants. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
I
What
mean, New
happened?
Mutants was an improvement upon Dark Phoenix, which doesn't say much.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I haven't watched either one of them since the first viewing, though.
Let me put it this way: I don't own Dark Phoenix for a reason.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's like how you know how you have like rap artists or any music artist for that matter, and they're in a contract for like say 3 albums. So their first album did well, but they don't like the company anymore. So they throw out a compilation album and then just throw out like a shitty album for the third one, like just to get out of the contract. I think that's exactly what the hell Fox was doing. Like, bro, we bought out anyway, so let's go ahead and just put this garbage out right now.
Man, now with the Dark Phoenix, I do know that they said they changed a whole lot of the ending, and they did a lot of reshoots, which is already a bad sign right there because it was too similar to another Marvel movie that just came out, and
Mm-hmm.
we wanted. I think it was like what Captain Marvel was the one that
Yeah,
just came out.
they
Yep.
were gonna put Skrulls in Dark Phoenix, and then they changed the race altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we're all nerds in here. Imagine what a Dark Phoenix movie could have been, bro.
Yes.
Like Dark Phoenix, bro. Like is what is it like an Omega level mutant?
Omega level. Yep.
He's on the same power
imagine,
tier as Santa Claus in that universe.
right? Imagine how dope that movie could have been, bro. Like, I would even say some joint of what if it was like a Disney Plus show. That way you get like a
True.
10 hour version, like to kind of build her character out, bro. That so many possibilities right there.
Yeah, because you saw what they did with Scarlet Witch, and that, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed Scarlet Witch and Vision, WandaVision.
Yes, yes, me
So
too. Me
imagine the
too.
same team taking over the Dark Phoenix and making it more epic and more celestial. It would have been out of this world, pun
Bro,
intended.
Now, correct me if I'm
yes,
wrong, but didn't they do a Dark Phoenix arc on the X-Men animated series?
They sure did, and they
yeah,
did it right.
yeah. I'm about to say yes, and that shit was epic.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I didn't know about character arcs. I didn't know about like the crescendo of a show or any of that. But that show had me hooked when they did the Dark Phoenix, bro.
Yeah.
All I know is
I would even
I've seen the Spider-Man animated series. That's like the only old one that I've watched. I had those on VHS. I watched them a lot.
for sure. I would even say I don't know what one it is. Don't crucify me. But the what X-Men was it where Jean Grey was it looked like it was like somewhere near the ocean and she was like trying to hold the X-Men ship, but then like the Phoenix started kicking in and like her eyes and stuff started turning red, and that's when like the waves like crashed on her.
You're talking about the early X-Men movies
Yes,
from
yes, the
the
early
2000s?
ones.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they was even going in a better direction with that character arc as opposed to the standalone movie. They just like threw the movie like this is who the Phoenix is. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
yes.
dabbled a little bit. They teased it a little bit because I think I remember, like at the end of the movie, they showed like going over the ocean was the shadow of the phoenix coming out
Phoenix.
of her.
Yep.
Yeah, so they
Yep.
it was coming, but I don't know what
Yep.
happened with that or why they didn't continue it.
Right. I think that would have been dope. Um
I
okay,
think I can tell you the problem with it. The
what's
problem
that?
is the director who was going to continue that into the third movie decided to go make Superman Returns, and some other director took over for the third one and was like, "We're just
Uh
going to change this."
Not emo Superman. Oh my god.
super emo. Super emo.
Superman,
Let me
but
let me
without
ask
any action, and make it more
let,
like a
let,
soap opera.
let, let me ask you guys this. and I know it's possibly hard to do, but you know how they have actors or actresses and they sign them on for like multiple years because they're going to be playing the same character.
Mhm.
Why don't they do like a contract for the director? Like
True.
if you start if your idea was to do a trilogy, you got to be signed on and committed to do this entire trilogy. That way you don't have mixed people. Prime example, we probably don't speak about this more either, but the last three Star Wars movies. Like it was so many different directions that it was going in
Yeah.
to where even those three to conclude the entire Skywalker saga could have been way better than that. But they kept fumbling around with different directors and stuff.
Yeah.
I could tell you the only instance that I can say that worked out was when they had the three different directors for the original trilogy of Star Wars, which actually were all pretty good.
Right, right. But I mean, you can't please everybody. It was a couple of people that was nitpicking about it. But yeah. I think that was a cohesive trilogy.
The problem is you can't have most of these people don't have a trilogy planned. Like they shouldn't let them direct an entire trilogy or even start on one until they have an idea of what they want to do for all three films instead of just making it up as they go.
That's the point that I'm making. Taika Waititi. Look what he did with Thor
Thor.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I
One of my
I,
most
I
favorite
will.
movies.
Well, I was about to say I will honestly say that I really didn't become a fan of the standalone Thor movies until Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
nobody
can agree
was.
with that.
Right,
I don't know
right.
anybody who liked the first two Thor movies, especially that second one. That second one was garbage.
Super horrible. Super
Oh my
I
horrible.
god.
I wasn't good with watching movies until like a couple years ago, and even I could recognize that Thor 2 was a piece of garbage.
Oh man, Thor
Right.
2 was just
Super garbage.
disgusting.
Like I like Incredible Hulk better than Thor 2.
Yeah. I will
Hell yeah.
say that Thor 2 was the worst out of all the MCU movies.
Absolutely. Again, I think like that's one of those we don't talk about those anymore.
I can tell you
God,
people
it gotta
probably would
be.
say the same thing about Eternals now.
Oh,
Mm.
really? Oh, you know what? And I know we got to get there to talk about that. So let me ask you guys this: what do y'all guys think about the Ironheart?
Uh,
Uh,
I'm
Another character I'm not really familiar with. It's just like it's like Tony Stark's protege or next
Not,
up.
not,
Or what is that?
not really. Not really. She's an MIT student, and she reverse engineered one of Tony Stark's suits, and
Mm.
then made her own suit. So what they're kind of speculating is, you remember what I don't remember what Iron Man movie it was. Remember when he came out with Barf and
Yeah.
he was doing like the presentation at MIT. They
Hmm.
were saying like, what if Riri was in the
Sit in
audience?
the audience. It would only make sense. Yeah.
It would fucking make so much
Yeah.
sense. And I can't wait. Not only is it a black female character,
Let's go.
but it's
Let's
is
go.
oh my god, like oh my, I'm super stoked for that one too, bro.
well, she is
Super
going to be
stoked.
showing up in Black Panther 2
Black
first
Panther.
before her own, which I will wait to see how the actress does in that character's role with Black Panther 2 before I make any judgment.
Right. I didn't even have they cast her yet?
Yeah. Uh, I'll look that up while we're still discussing.
Dominique
But yeah,
Thorne.
Dominique Thorne. But
Huh,
yeah,
I
I'm
feel like
I'm
I've
ex-
heard of her.
I'm excited for it, man. Like, and again, I feel like Disney and Marvel, they're so smart that not only did they come out with Disney Plus, but they're like, let's expand the MCU with these Disney Plus shows. And like
Right.
I say, if you think about it, a movie like Dune or even a movie like Eternals that's like 2 hours and some change. It's like imagine all the content they're cramming into a 2 hour
Right.
and 30-minute movie. Not only do you got to just sit through it because it's in the theater, but imagine having a fleshed out Eternals. Even if it's an origin story, imagine it was fleshed out in 10 hours as opposed to 2.5 hours. Like I would even be I would say, since I love movie theater so much, that I definitely want movies to come in the theater because it's that experience, the big screen, the sound, all this, the crowd reaction. But I would say to have more Disney Plus shows or any series that's multiple hours that you can expand upon the character and the ideals and all that over even 6 hours, like they had WandaVision. Well, not it was 30 minutes, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like you can flesh it
yeah,
out in more
Yeah.
hours as opposed to cramming everything into like a movie.
yeah. Some movies do need to be fleshed out a little bit more, and Eternals is one of them.
Right.
Yeah, Colonels probably would have been a better suited as a Disney Plus series than a movie.
Most
Oh,
definitely.
oh snap! My bad, man. I'm jumping around. I'm going back to Dominique Thorne. I already know she's gonna do super dope, bro, because she was in Judas and the Black Messiah,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
she
she did
killed.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, she killed the role in there. So I already know that she's gonna kill it in Ironheart.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's what I'm excited for. Just because I want more Iron Man suits. Okay, I
Exactly.
need more Iron Man suits. I'm a fan of the Iron Man suit. I'm actually trying to buy my own right now, but
Oh,
that's another
that's gonna be
story.
dope. But I agree. I agree. Iron Man. I love Iron Man. And again, tangents, man. When and I'm gonna stop talking after this. But when I found out that Robert Downey Jr. was gonna be Tony Stark, and
Perfect.
if you guys know about him even in real life,
Hmm.
he was damn near already Tony Stark, bro.
Exactly. That's
He
why he was
he was
chosen.
he was damn near already Tony Stark, man. I remember when Gothica came out.
Hmm.
And again, I was a little bit younger. I wasn't really like fleshed out and me loving movies the way I do now. But what I read was is that the director only gave him like half of his money, and he wasn't going to give him the other half until after he committed and finished the movie. Like
Man,
that's how bad he was.
he was in a dark place at that time. Yeah,
Right, right.
very
And
dark place.
he murdered that role in for Tony Stark, man. I'm
Hmm.
done
he
now.
is
I'm
Tony
done now.
Stark.
Right, he is Tony Stark. I'm done though. You guys go ahead.
Marvel does have a way of casting the characters the right way. Like, he's the perfect Tony Stark. Steve Rogers, we have the perfect guy for him. Even before then, when we had the X-Men movies, Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Oh
This
yes.
it's crazy. But the one thing I did not like is when they cast Holly Berry as Storm, because she
Uh,
did such a horrible job, and they really should have went and got Angela Bassett. I mean, you
oh
got
my
Angela Bassett
God.
sitting right there, and you choose Holly Berry just to sell some tickets because she's eye candy. That's what I
Bro,
did not like about that,
I never even imagined
bro.
Angela Bassett being
Just
Storm.
think about it, man. I'm telling you, she would have killed that role.
Holy moly, bro.
People don't give
That's
enough credit to Sarah Finn. Let's see, is this? Yeah, Sarah Finn. She's the one that casts everybody in Marvel. Like
Okay,
she's done all of it.
yeah, damn, that's dope. Yeah.
freaking
Even speaking
Ryan
about
Reynolds
X-Men,
as Deadpool is perfect.
Ryan Reynolds,
We all
even
know
even
the
Hugh
Wolverine is
Jackman.
perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Hugh Jackman, bro. Like, yeah,
It's gonna
he
be
is
difficult.
Wolverine.
It's gonna be difficult for them to find another one.
I would say it wouldn't be difficult if they did him a little younger, like a little younger looking, because of course he aged like super slowly, but like I don't know. I don't think they should go in the direction that they went with Hugh Jackman, and I think that's why they're taking so long to introduce the X-Men. Anyway,
Well, yeah, they got to kind of figure out how they're gonna incorporate an entire different species into it.
right. Getting back on track though. Getting back on track though with the teasers, Miss Marvel is also speculated that they're legitimately going to say that she's a mutant.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
it's
can now
different.
that they have Fox.
Right.
Yeah,
I
so
guess they're trying to abandon Inhumans altogether after that show that no one talks about.
it was pretty bad.
Right. Right. But yeah, I think that's what the direction is going to be, to where they're going to introduce her as legitimately being a mutant, like she's got the mutant gene. And speaking of Eternals, they're saying, like that whole event that woke up
The emergence.
the emergence is like that's what like made the genes wake up. I guess I should
Oh,
say,
it's like the spark
like
of the mutant gene. Okay, I got you.
exactly,
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that.
yeah,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The thing with Phase 4 so far for me is we've seen some okay movies. I think Black Widow was good, but I didn't really, it was an unnecessary after the fact that she's already dead type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shang-Chi I thought was great, but
Mm-hmm.
some
uh
people
oh,
dislike it a little bit.
oh.
Oh, you didn't like
But
Shang-Chi?
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that movie. Oh, you know what? No, I will talk about it because Jordan and I we was talking about it, and I did say since they just released it on Disney Plus this past Friday that I would give it another viewing. And when I give it that viewing, I'll really truly, give my opinion on the movie.
Really?
I was disappointed.
What were you disappointed in? I'm curious.
It was to me, it wasn't paced well enough. A lot of, and of course, the trailer is a trailer, but it was a lot of stuff in the trailer that I was looking forward to. They didn't really do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
And then the villain, I feel like any movie like starting out should have, I don't know what they're calling it, like picture Endgame and Infinity War, or even better, the Chitauri, right? They're just these
CGI faceless
replicated,
creatures.
see, right, faceless creatures that everybody just beating up like for the sake of beating up. But
Right,
at
yeah,
least
cannon fodder. Yeah.
right, at least they did that on an Avengers level type thing. So for Shang-Chi to be a character that we're introducing to some people who's a novice don't even know who the hell Shang-Chi is, I feel like again, like the pacing was rushed. They just threw us in there, and then the enemies that they were fighting was just cannon fodder. And not to mention, they killed my man off like super quick and easy. And I know he died in the comic book pretty easy too. Um, what was his name? The death guy.
Mandarin.
No, no,
Oh,
no, not
Death
even the
Dealer.
Mandarin. Death dealer.
Yeah, Death
I,
Dealer was disappointing. They
I
just
know,
kill him.
I know he died like super easy in the comic book as well. But these movies are adaptations. I felt
Right.
like that would have been a dope character again that they could have went into. They could have potentially popped up later, even in a Disney Plus show.
I feel the
So
same way about Crossbones.
right,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
Crossbones and fuck, Black Widow,
Oh, you
Taskmaster.
mean yeah.
Taskmaster
Taskmaster, yeah.
pissed me off so much, bro. But again, going off on a tangent again, bro. But I'll give Shang-Chi another a viewing, and I'll come on the show, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
No,
if
I
I
enjoyed
stand
Shang-Chi. It was just the ending, it was a little too much dragon fighting for me. I wanted
right,
more, hand-to-hand combat like they was doing the entire movie, which was
right,
reminiscent of a bunch of old Jackie Chan movies. But I really enjoyed that aspect of it, that they were actually doing these, very well choreographed stunts and fight scenes. But then
right,
at the end, they just throw two dragons together, and then they're like, I didn't like that aspect of it. But I like their take on what the Ten Rings are, and how they are manifesting the powers of the people who have them. I did enjoy the villain. I thought that he was very complicated, and stuff was taken away from him, so he was going to take some stuff away from other people. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to come back and get what was his. But uh,
fair,
I mean, at this point, we're so far into Marvel that I feel like general audiences could understand a more out there kind of villain. Would have been better probably had they, made Mandarin the main villain. But if they're gonna have some CGI monster to fight at the end, they should have introduced Fing Fang Foom.
I
right.
was just about to say that. I feel like they dropped the ball with not introducing Fing Fang Foom, bro.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe that end credit scene where they're talking about the rings, sending off a beacon is for introduction to that.
Right. Hopefully.
But yeah, Eternals. I liked Eternals. I thought it was pretty good. It was a little bit long for my taste in terms of it being, the second longest Marvel movie besides Endgame.
Right. It just felt like some parts were just a bunch of standing and looking,
Right.
which could have been cut from the movie and maybe took 30 minutes off of it. Very controversial movie. Your first Marvel sex scene.
Oh my God,
You
we
know,
Yeah.
do. Yes, yes.
We,
So,
your,
I'm gonna be
your
honest.
first Marvel gay kiss, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right, yeah, yeah.
I
Um,
I think me and Shawntel can both agree. We didn't necessarily expect that. We're like looking at you like, oh, so that's kind of steamy for a Marvel movie.
right.
Right.
And I got kids,
Yeah.
Yeah, me
ages
too.
12 and 10. So for me to, and I always take them to the opening night of these Marvel movies, and
Yeah.
just so happened I didn't take them to this one, and I was so relieved because I was like, I don't know if they're ready to see that on screen right now.
Right.
Oh, they're just in the desert. It's really hot.
Yeah, they're
Right.
wrestling.
They're wrestling. For sure. For sure. Now I will say this. And please just picture this, guys. Picture this. And the first time I saw it, I was with Jordan. The second time I was with my lady. And of course, my lady, she's not as into this stuff as I am. So I'm always
Right.
like leaning over and telling her, like, this is this. Like, I'm so geeked about this. Like as quiet as I can. So picture this.
Wait, before you say that. I made a tweet about you, I think, because I was
Uh-oh.
sitting, not about you personally, but I was
For
sitting
sure.
in the
No, I did.
theater as the credits were rolling, and all I could hear was boyfriends explaining the characters to their girlfriends.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes.
Just everybody
Yes.
just whispering like, "Oh my god, you get about it," just
Right,
getting
right,
really
right.
excited about it.
Right. Geeking out. Trying to
Right?
tell her what it is. The reason why we geeking out.
Yeah.
But for sure. Imagine this though. Every time they show Eshram, right?
Yeah.
And this is what made me think about my lady, is I had to literally point out to her in some of the instances when Eshram was on the screen and um um Ajak looked like a star, and I'm like still pointing at her like that's how small she is compared to the Celestial. Now, hear me out. Y'all picturing it, right?
Yeah.
Y'all picturing, and I don't think we have to say spoiler warning at this point. Like the movie had been out for like about what 2 weeks.
I'll put a spoiler warning in front of the episode.
Okay, imagine the end of the movie when Cersei got pulled up by Eshram, but he was like a face, damn near like superimposed in the sky, like that big over the planet.
Yeah.
Now picture Galactus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every
That's
time I saw one of the Celestials on screen, the way that Chloe Chow like presented the Celestials and how big they were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, even better perspective. Fantastic Four, the second movie, when they had Galactus as a
the storm
freaking
cloud.
cloud, right?
Yeah, the Heart Cloud. Yeah.
Imagine, imagine back in the day seeing that vision of a true legitimate Galactus that big on a movie screen,
Yeah.
like engulfing everything else, man. If they don't bring Galactus into the MCU, I'm gonna throw up my MCU hat, bro. Like
Well, I predict that they're definitely going to do some sort of Galactus storyline with that Fantastic Four that's coming out. I mean,
they
they
had
don't. Yeah,
better.
they have to.
They had better. Like
Now,
that was one of my favorite parts. And the score that it did every time Ashram would come on the screen. Oh my god. Oh my god. I loved it. Y'all go ahead though. Y'all go ahead.
I'll let you go first.
I mean, if we're talking about Eternals, I mean, I feel it was okay. Maybe about a 6.5 out of 10 for me, anyway. Um, it was just drawn out. I do appreciate all the first. I appreciate the. I mean, as a father, I didn't appreciate the sex scene, but as a fan of cinema, I appreciate that they're pushing the boundaries of what they can do with the gay kiss, with the first deaf superhero, with the sex scene. I appreciate all those. So, but as far as the pacing of it, I felt like it was a little slow. I enjoyed the graphics. The CGI was superb on some parts. There were some parts where I was just like, did somebody make this in After Effects in the college dorm room? Because this looks a little amateurish. But for the most part, 95% of the movie was really well done graphically. And the characters, I feel like all the characters were spot on. I think they did a good job, but I think it was more of the script writing and the tediousness of people just standing there and looking around or looking at each other without actually having something happen, which would kind of bored me a little bit.
I agree.
So, there have been people who've compared it to being a DCU movie, which I can kind of see it. Not gonna lie.
Damn.
That's
Um,
harsh.
I gave it about a 7.5, and after seeing it twice, it still stands to be that.
Mm.
Just for the fact that I like seeing a direction that they're taking this. This is more the celestial side that we're getting more into. You know, we had Captain Marvel, and then the Avenger films also going more into space because there's so much of it that we haven't even covered within that realm.
Right.
The cinematography was amazing. I like the fact that the director chose to do as much as she could on locations.
I
Standing
agree.
around, yeah, it's not. It's like watching Lord of the Rings walking for, an hour and a half.
Walking
We can
simulator.
understand that they did that distance without actually having to see it all. I actually noticed something on the second viewing. I don't know if either one of you noticed it, but when they went back to the Domo, like after they've all gotten together, there's
Mhm.
actually a brief moment where you see like a comic book or something in the background that looks like it has Stan Lee's face on it.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's a good nod.
Yeah, I honestly don't really care for Cersei. Like, she was fine. I didn't mind it, but I really rather had focused on like Druig and I think
Yeah.
it's Merkai, the deaf superhero. I think I liked
Mhm.
seeing them more than I liked seeing Cersei. And we didn't see enough of Dane Whitman either.
Right. One of the main things that stuck out to me was the deaf character that was doing sign language, and I know I wasn't supposed to, but my second viewing, I actually like recorded some of her being on screen doing sign language because my son does sign language. So I wanted to just show that to my son, like, look, bro, like it's movie stars. It's like
Yeah,
still that's doing sign. I think that was dope,
yeah.
and
I will.
I think her acting like okay, so when she found out that Druid was dead and like she kind of like screamed, like that emotion that she had, not even being able to like really talk was like dope as hell to me.
Well, then she was screaming, but
Right,
as deaf people are, screaming does sound different than if we're screaming, and you
right,
can. Well, it also helps the fact that she actually is deaf.
She
So
actually is
right,
deaf, right? Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. In real life, yeah,
she was deaf since birth, is what I read.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Although I will say she made a comment when talking about her character's speed, and mistakenly said that she's faster than the Flash.
Oh, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
Fair.
I don't know about
I don't.
that, but
Yeah, I don't see her being faster than the Flash.
I liked where they left it off. I can't wait to see what they do with it more. But the fact that the post credit scene with Dane just
Hmm.
has Blade in it is crazy.
Right.
Now,
Hell
do you
yeah.
think that's Blade though?
The
I
director
do.
confirmed it in an
Oh,
interview
it's
that it was
confirmed.
Mahershala. Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
man, I don't know if Marvel wanted her to say that. To be quite honest,
Yeah, because I feel like if I remember right, the Black Knights when he first got that sword, it wasn't Blade that was trying to help him like figure out his powers. It was like somebody else, like the house. I'm sorry, the castle's like butler or something like that.
Oh
That was trying
wow.
to help him get his powers together. I think I
yeah,
remember reading that, but I didn't know that they confirmed that it was Blade. That's kind of crazy.
yeah. Some people thought it was the Watcher, but I'm like, that's too distinctive a voice to not to
No,
believe the
it's not
Watcher.
a
But I
watch.
could see some people.
Right.
They're
I
also the
legitimately
same
think it's
people
what
who
it's
thought that is Arisham. You said the Celestial.
Harrison.
Ashram.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's people who thought that was Galactus. I'm like,
No.
what?
What?
Okay, I don't think you've read a comic before, but it's okay.
Right. No. 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 Man.
Well,
Um
what would you give Eternals if you thought, Chantel?
um I'll say this. And I think this is the way it always happens. My first viewing, I was like so geeked. and trying to like focus on like different aspects of the movie because of course it's first viewing going by so quick. And then the second viewing, of course, you see more things and you really already know the storyline and you get to really kind of process it a little bit different. I definitely see the whole standing around like when Kit Harington was standing talking to Cersei and they were just standing there on the street like bro, y'all could have been doing something else at this point. Um, okay, so if I had to give it anything, I'll probably give it just because I was geeked about the Celestials, bro. I'll give it like maybe an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely go and see it again. Like even in theaters, I would definitely go and see it again.
Yeah, if Spider-Man No Way Home wasn't coming out a month from now, I would probably go see it one more time.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. Oh my god.
I mean, the next trailer comes out on Tuesday.
At least I hope it does.
Well,
They're
I
going
mean,
to
they
give
have.
us an actual multiverse, or are they going to blue ball us like they did in WandaVision?
Right.
I don't think. I really have a hard time believing that's going to be the case again because they wouldn't have talked about the multiverse and saying it's going to set up Doctor Strange too. Otherwise, they've made a very terrible mistake trying to put in characters from old other ones like the villains.
Right. I'm I'm
All
I'm excited. I'm excited all around for the MCU, man. Like I'll say this: when the initial live action Transformers came out, how geeked I was about that movie, like being able to see it on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like all my it's just like you were saying earlier, like with Spider-Man and the old X-Men, like that's our first foray really into seeing that like on TV. Like all these Marvel movies, like I'll be sad. It's more of it, but I'll be sad if I pass away before seeing like all this stuff that they're about to do. Like I'm super stoked about it.
This man is talking about he'll be sad if he dies before seeing a Marvel movie.
For sure,
Not his
bro.
loved ones, not setting his family up for financial. No, I gotta see daggone Agatha House of Hardness before I pass
Yes,
away.
yes. That's exactly what it is.
But you know what? I felt the same way about Endgame, so I can't even front on you. Can't even front on
Yeah,
you.
man. Yeah. Sad times.
So I would like to talk a little bit about your whole experience you had with going and seeing Infinity War 103 times in theaters.
Oh yeah, that was years ago. No, I saw Infinity War, amazing movie. Obviously, 10 out of 10 for me, 11 out of 10. And
Yes.
I saw it like maybe 3 or 4 times in the theater, and I was like, man, I got to see this again. So I went for like the fifth time, and then I said to myself, I wonder if anybody's ever done this before. Like, just kept going to the theater and watching movies. And I looked it up, and nobody had ever done it before, as far as the record was concerned. So I said, hey, you know what? Let me do this. And then I just kept going. And I finally reached out to Guinness World Records when I was at like 30
Mm-hmm.
viewings. And then they emailed me back and they was like, yeah, that's great, but we really want big numbers. So we need you to go see it 100 times.
Wow.
I was like, what do you mean? 100? What the? You think I'm balling like that? So anyway, I was like, all right, I'll do it, but it won't be just an even number. Let's make it 103. They was like, all right, cool. So then I did that, and I had to write down every single time. I had to get 2 theater employees to sign my book. Every time I went in there, I had to save my tickets. I had to take a picture in front of the marquee.
Nice.
It was an ordeal. You couldn't just go and say you did it. You actually had to have some sort of documentation.
Right, for
Well,
sure.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and the fact that at a certain point they have less showings to a point that you're almost not showing it anymore.
I had to convince my theater manager, my local theater
Oh,
manager, to keep it
wow.
in the theater for 2 more weeks so I could finish the record. And the only reason he did it is
Wow.
because he read about it on the news. And speaking of the news, of course, people got wind of what I was doing, and it was trending on Twitter for a while. And then the directors of the movie, the Russo brothers, reached out to me in the DMs and invited me to come down to
No
see.
way.
Yeah, they invited me to come down to see the reshoots of Avengers Endgame. So me and the family drove down to Atlanta, and we was on set, and we saw everything that was in the movie. It was so crazy.
No.
Unfortunately, they took my camera, so I only got
Of
like 5
course.
or 6 pictures that they emailed to me, and I haven't heard anything from them since because they took about 50 pictures, and I only got 5, and I'm kind of angry about that. But they did invite me. They did invite me and my wife to the Avengers Endgame premiere in Los Angeles, and when I say that room was cheering in some parts, I mean it was so loud. It was louder the first time in the theater with the actual celebrities that are playing in the movie than when I came and watched it here in my hometown. It was crazy.
Wow, bro. That's an experience.
It was insane. And then after the movie
Jeez.
was over, all the people that was in the movie, the celebrity Robert Downey Jr., freaking Josh Brolin, they were all just chilling in the front, and you could just go up there, shake their hands, talk to them, and then you can have drinks with them. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Bro.
That's like a
Like
once in a
talking
lifetime experience there.
I was talking about like hoping I don't die before watching a movie, bro. That's like I could die like right after that. Like jeez.
So, needless to say, all the stuff that came after Endgame, I'm really not like it. Endgame was 10 out of 10 for me. Infinity War was 10 out of 10 for me. All this stuff that's coming after, I'm just like, y'all gotta, I don't know, y'all can't live up to this hype. Like, we've been building that thing for 11 years. Y'all gotta
Right.
step it up just a little bit.
Super. Dang, that is awesome, bro.
Yeah, it was great.
Who knows?
Man,
Maybe if they ever direct another Marvel movie, they'll find a spot for you in it.
I
Look,
can't
I've
wait
been
to
trying. Listen, I've been trying that angle. Let's just say I'm not getting any emails back or DMs answered.
You
But
never know. Could happen.
it's pretty much a nail in the coffin. But since then, since I've done the Guinness World Record thing, I've had some copycats. I had one dude. Okay, I won't say copycats, but I've inspired some people. I had one
Fair
dude
enough.
that went and saw Captain Marvel 140 times, and he got invited to a private screening with Brie Larson. I think there's a
Oh
picture
wow.
on somewhere online. And then there was another guy down in Florida who went and saw Endgame 200 and something times.
Jesus.
Jeez.
I only saw it 8.
Yeah, I saw it like maybe I don't remember. It was in the double digits, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I was the OG. I might not still have the record, but I was the record setter. So that's all that matters. It's the first one to do it.
Absolutely. First one to do it. That is dope,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, also those people probably had way more free time to just
Yeah,
go
that too.
sit there for that much. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you did it on like a whim type deal. They probably was like, oh, they saw you and was like, oh, well, I gotta do this. So they had
Right.
to
That's
like carve
exactly
out
what happened.
time. Yeah,
Well,
you
the
gotta
first
carve
guy
out
that
time
saw
to do it.
Captain Marvel 140 times, he was literally, I think he was doing it out of spite though, because
Oh,
he's known for taking other people's records and beating them.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
so I wasn't really feeling him. But then the third guy, he was actually a Marvel fan, so
Okay. I
I
respect that a whole
conceded
lot
to
more.
him. Yeah, I respect him.
all I could say is I
Yeah,
don't
I
think I would
respect that.
have seen Captain Marvel as a movie to go see that
Nah.
many times in theaters.
He even joked on Twitter like, "This is not a good movie." I'm like,
I
"Well,
mean,
why are you doing it then, you jerk?"
that would be like going to see Thor: The Dark World that many times in theaters.
Ooh,
Oh no,
ooh.
I would have keep talking about dying. I would have died in the theater.
Man dies in local theater after watching Thor: The Dark World. Said he couldn't take it anymore.
After 2 viewings.
No, he didn't make it through the first.
Mm-mm.
Oh
But I
man.
mean, I will say Phase 4 has kind of started off iffy, but considering the fact that the next like 3 movies, 4 movies are all big sequels to movies, I think they have more of a safe route now for the next year.
Yeah.
Because I
Let me
guarantee Spider-Man will end up being the first 100 million domestic opening for pandemic times.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a definitely like crazy turnout.
Yeah, I know we'll be seeing it in 4DX opening night.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. Would you try to do like another record? Like so you say like my man did like 140. Would you try to go and do like maybe 200 or something,
Those days are
or
behind
you're
me.
done? I'm about to say or you're
Those
done
days
now.
are behind me. On to the next. I'm always looking for the bigger and better things. So that was something that I
Fair
did,
enough.
and
I mean, it'd
One
be
and
something
done.
nice to look back on, right? Because then they give you like a certificate or a plaque.
yeah, I got a plaque hanging on the wall. That was 2018.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I'm just looking for something else to do. Not necessarily a record, but maybe something. Every year I try to do something crazy. Like, what am I going to do this year? Like, what am I going? So I try to do something different.
Would you
Okay.
say that your crazy thing this year was getting your beard dyed?
No, not really. But I do have a a, a, a movie length episode coming out tomorrow. I'll try not to laugh episode coming out tomorrow. So that's going to be a big video.
Okay, dope.
Oh, nice. Well,
Make
have to
sure we
check
go
that
ahead and
out.
get it. About to say, yeah. Make sure we check that out.
But yeah, anything else you'd like to talk about before we end this?
I just want to say that the X-Men 97, I'm just ready for that. And literally will be sitting in front of my TV screen as soon as it pops up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be
Yeah.
watching all of that. I wonder if they're going to do the weekly thing or if they're going to do the Netflix thing where they drop them all at once.
Right.
If they do it anything like the Star Wars Clone Wars when it came out, they'll probably just do weekly. That way it stays trending longer.
Yeah. I think that's the better way to do it too.
No.
Give me something to look forward to.
No. Give me all my episodes right now. I don't want to wait, damn it. Netflix did the right thing with just dropping everything at once, so you can, on your own time, you can ingest the episodes or ingest them as much as possible. But I don't like the weekly thing. It's like taking it back to the old school TVs. Tune in next week. No, I want to see it right now. It's my money. I need it now.
see that my lady and I, we were talking about this too. I think that's the reason why I love Netflix. I love Disney Plus. I love Hulu, because even Amazon Prime with
The
dang, what's
boys.
my animated the
Oh.
boys and the other one, the
Invincible.
animated Invincible. Yeah.
Ooh, Invincible.
So, oh my God, yes, Invincible, bro. Like, but I'll say my favorite shows on Netflix. I know Lock and Key. I know I could go. Season 2 is out. Go ahead and binge the whole show. But if I sit on Friday when that show comes out and watch all 10 episodes because I don't have a life, the only thing I'm gonna sit around doing is thinking about, like, well, damn, it's gonna be like another year and a half before Lock and Key season 3 come out. This if season 3 comes out, and then things like, say for instance, any Disney Plus show like WandaVision. Like I was geeked, like, bro, like, is it Wednesday yet? Is it Wednesday yet? Like I'm ready for this next episode because it to me it gives me something to look forward to. So, it was like I got this on Wednesday, I got this on Friday, I got this on Sunday. And it just keeps me busy to where I'm like, I could definitely look at Disney Plus for these every week shows, and then I could go to Netflix and watch my big mouth in one sitting.
No, I agree with you. My brain is telling me, yes, you got to wait every week. It's good for you to wait because otherwise you'll sit up for 3 days straight watching them back to back to back. But my heart is telling me, I need to see these right now. I want to
Give
look
them
at
to
what
me.
the next is going to happen.
Give them to me. No, I dig it. I dig it. It's definitely some shows that once it go off, I'm like, damn, I gotta wait a whole week to see like what the conclusion is gonna be, type thing.
Yeah.
So I dig it. It goes both ways.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Hawkeye though. It'll come out.
Oh, you excited about that?
I'm not as excited. I'm excited to
I'm
see. I'm excited to see if
Good.
they're gonna bring Kingpin in.
Kingpin, really?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, they almost have to at this point because the
the
character they're
Chachu Mafia.
introducing, into the show Echo is Kingpin's daughter.
Right. And
But I
plus the Chachu Mafia, they legit work for Kingpin.
I think if they do bring him in, it'll still be Vincent because there's just no one else who can play him. I feel like.
I would hope it would only be him.
He's been lobbying to play the character again, so there's nothing is confirmed with that.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is
I'm
if they
just-
bring him into it, and if they bring Matt Murdock like they keep rumoring is going to be in the Spider-Man movie and possibly She-Hulk, I'd like to see it happen.
Absolutely. Because all those characters, even my man who played Punisher, like all those guys did like a really, really good job. Like I would love to see them reprise their role in whatever they do in the MCU.
Bring everybody back except Iron Fist.
Oh my God! Please bring everybody back except for Iron Fist.
Apparently the creator of Iron Fist was actually impressed and liked Ben Jones as him. I was like, what timeline are you in? Because this isn't this one.
I ain't heard 616. I don't know what dimension you were in. What multiverse? Hey, somebody bring in the TVA because this ain't it.
Right. Please do. Man, we don't have enough time to talk about everything, bro. Like, I know we got to get ready to end, but just sitting and talking and politicking with people that's like-minded and have a love and passion for what we're doing, man. Like it's not enough hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But yeah, as we get to end this episode, if you would like to shout out your channel, that would be Abel, I guess is the best way to describe it. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, I am NemRaps. You can find me on everything: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. NemRaps. I do a bunch of try not to laugh videos, and in the month of November and December, I'll be doing daily uploads. So get ready for that. Also, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at Nerd Out Music. I think we're at 3.5 million subscribers right now. Where every Saturday we put out nerdy music videos dealing with anything nerdy. So we just put out a song for Squid Game. We put out a song for Eternals. So go check us out on YouTube, Nerd Out.
Nice. Hey man, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Oh, I appreciate the invite, man. I like sitting around and talking about this kind of stuff like you was talking. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of people in my IRL life that enjoy the same things I do. So this is refreshing.
Absolutely, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to possibly get you back on once we've all seen Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Because I feel like that'll be a lot to talk about.
Hell yeah.
But
I'm excited about it already.
Definitely.
But like I said, like he said, thank you for joining us on this, and hopefully we'll get you back out soon enough.
Yeah, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I'm about to go to the movie to see Clifford the Big Red Dog, and then come home and watch my Green Bay Packers. So stoked.
Yep. All right. Peace out.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
You too.
All right.